Good morning, KNDMS team and family. This is Jeremy Mullet, your Assistant Principal of Instruction, and this is your Friday Community Update.
Hello, this is Ms. Hudson, your friendly neighborhood humanities instructional coach, here to talk to you for a few moments about independent reading. This is an opportunity that kids have during their advisory to sit down, read for 20 minutes, and engage with a book that is high interest and is of grade level for them. The benefits around independent reading are: one, it creates more connections in the brain, which creates a stronger brain, stronger thinking for our kids, which has high impact not just in their ELA reading classrooms, but all of their classrooms, and it's transferable beyond school. So giving them the opportunity to engage with independent reading is super, super important, super, super crucial around building that capacity around critical thinking and comprehension. And with that, we have incentives built into independent reading. Each kiddo gets a words read goal, which is essentially an amount of words that they have to read within a quarter. And at the end of November, this time around, kids who meet their words read goal will earn a pizza party that will just celebrate them and just bring joy to all of the successes that they have had around independent reading. And with that, we also want to celebrate and shout out a few of our kiddos who have already met 1,000,000 words in the school year. So look forward to that celebration slide with those kiddos' names on that list.
Thank you, Ms. Hudson. And families, reading really is that important. And there's a few ways that you can support your student in their independent reading. One of the ways, talk to them about what book they are reading at school, not just in their ELA class, but independently as well. Encourage them to take what's called an AR quiz. This is from Accelerated Reader. It's a short quiz online that just checks a student's comprehension of the book. And that quiz tells us how many words that student has read. So that's where we get that words read number. It's from how many quizzes they have taken on Accelerated Reader. So encourage them to take those quizzes as soon as they finish the book. Last way, and arguably the most fun way, is to read the same book that your student is reading. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, I don't want to read young adult fiction, but young adult fiction is awesome. Harry Potter, ever heard of it? Maze Runner, Divergent, that whole series, incredible books, really fun to read. I mean, what even is a not young adult book? Just a standard adult book? Would that be like, I don't know, The Art of Knitting or something? Like, come on, young adult books are awesome. Read one with your student. Talk to them about what they're reading. And then at the end, have them take the AR quiz so we can get those words counted.
How's it going, KNDMS family? So, Miss Given here to talk to you a little bit of today as the head of our school's Pride Club. So, something that's super important to us here at KNDMS is that we are a really welcoming community with a lot of diverse identities of people who attend our school here, work here, and are just in our community. So, something that I want to touch base about is just the amount of hate language that we might accidentally be using during our day. Some of us might not even know that some of the words we're using are hateful or what they might mean. But it's really important that we try to limit those out of our vocabulary because they do have a really deep history and there's a lot of pain that's associated with those. When I hear it over and over, it really makes me think about your classmates who might be sitting in the same room as you, who might be hearing you say that and wondering, if they think that about gay people, what do they think about me? Or is there something wrong with me? I think that we can all stand to be a little more thoughtful and careful with our language. So if anyone tells you that a word you're using is offensive, let's go ahead and just cut it out. We are not asking you to do anything like change your thoughts or beliefs. We're just saying that here at KNDMS, we are a super welcoming community and we want to make sure that our language reflects that. Also, as a reminder, Pride Club is it's every Monday at lunch. And this month we are focusing on the Stonewall riots and learning a little bit more about some of the trans women of color who helped to really start the gay liberation movement. So see you there.
Next up, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Johnson for this week's Culture Corner.
Well, hello, team and family. Welcome to this week's Culture Corner. We wanted to take some time to really reach out and speak to our community about what it means to be an upstander. And we are asking our students and our family to have these conversations at home. When a student is on campus and you see a fight break out, what is expected of students? Well, should we pull out our phone and record it? Should we attempt to stop it? Or should we find the closest trusted adult to let them know that something is going down? We want our students to know that here at KNDMS, we are committed to being a caring community, and we need each and every student to be an upstander. Put those phones away and run to your closest adult and let them know that your friends may be engaging in some unsafe behavior. And family, if you have any questions about how we can help your student understand what it means to be an upstander, please reach out to any director of culture here at KNDMS. Have a good day.
Families, please talk to your student tonight to what Mr. Johnson was referring to. Ask them, are they one of the students that goes and gets some help? Are they a student that steps in themselves or that just ignores the whole situation? Or are they the student that films the fight or films the problem? Ask them not just about fights either. Ask them, what do they do in class when somebody's acting a fool, making it hard for everybody to learn? Because what we need here is more students that are willing to step up when somebody's doing the wrong thing. That's what it means to be an upstander, and something that we're working on here at KNDMS, not just in school, but outside of school as well. Next up, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. G for an athletic update.
Yes, I know I clogged my toilet, but I agree it is not my fault. Boo! Hi, it's Mr. G. I knew you couldn't figure that out. With the KNDMS athletic update, it is officially girls basketball season. The girls basketball team has 2 games today, one at 4:30 and one at 6:30 p.m. in the gymnasium. They are taking on 2 tough opponents. It's our first home game of the season, and the dance team will be performing at halftime. Next week, we have our second home game on Wednesday at 4:30 and at 6:30 p.m. The A and the B teams are both going to be playing on this date. We also wrapped up fall sports with a banquet last week where Jonathan Briones and Brendan Bengala both won Most Valuable Player for their sports teams. Keep an eye out for boys basketball tryouts coming up in December. And that is your athletic update. I'm Mr. G. See you later.
Thank you, Mr. G, and I hope to see all of you at the games tonight. There's one at 4:30 and another one at 6:30. We'll see you there. Speaking of cool events, let's go into this week's segment of Get Out Your Calendar. Y'all already know about the girls' basketball game tonight at home here at KNDMS. We've also got a Science of Suicide Prevention happening on the 8th, that's next week, in our 6th grade classrooms only. You will receive some talking points and other communication about that presentation as well for my 6th grade families. Then on the 9th, we're going to have a culture assembly. This is an all-school assembly, so students get ready for that and think through how you can engage really well in a nice all-school assembly. The 17th is our Chromebook audit. We've been talking about this one for weeks. Make sure your Chromebook is charged. You're bringing it and your charger on the 17th, just like you would every other day. Next up, we've got the November break. That's the 21st through the 25th. No school for staff or students. And then when we come back from that break on the 29th is Donuts with Dads. I hope you all have been working on those dad jokes. I know I have. Coming up in early or mid-December is a bunch of field trips. Now, 5th and 6th grade, they are going on the same days, but they are going on different field trips. Same thing with 7th and 8th. Same days, different trips. Keep a lookout for communications more from the teachers of your students. They may be asking for help with chaperoning or other sort of things to get this organized and ready to go. Then coming up on the 15th is our first school dance here at KNDMS. Students, there will be some more regulations on there on how you can earn the dance and make sure that you are able to attend. It's going to be through things like your behavior in class and things of that nature, similar to our field trip. Then on the 16th, we do have an early release day because that is when we send off into winter break. And that is all we have for Get Out Your Calendar. Now it's time to celebrate some students. We've got our top Ghana earners, and before we jump into those, we actually have our students who have already read 1 million words. Congratulations to these epic readers. Thank you all for tuning in to this week's Community Update, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend.